Hi everyone, this is Narene's Life with MS. I am Narene here, and it's time for a Sunday check in. Now, this Sunday check in, I did want to share a little bit of information about what happened this weekend. Partly because, I didn't end up going to the gym this weekend. Um, Even though usually I go on Saturdays. um, Unfortunately my trainer wasn't available for a session, so as a result I did not go on Saturday to the or yesterday to the gym. And it just so happens that today I am celebrating my parents anniversary. Their 30 they've been together for 35 years, so that is an amazing thing. But more so than that, I decided to party maybe a little too hard. So which means that this Sunday check-in is going to be a little low-key of a Sunday check-in, just because I'm also trying to maintain my composure, and of course not cry from from the headache I got from partying earlier today. But with that said, of course, considering it is Sunday, considering it is the start of, or I shouldn't say start, uh, considering it's the end of a week, and we are about to start, a new week. I did want to hopefully give some pep talk about how you can make sure that Sunday goes off very well, so that unlike me, you're not you're not at the end of a Sunday evening. Currently it is close to, I think, 10:20 at night, and you're willing to go to sleep and hopefully have a peaceful enough sleep so that you can pretty much wake up tomorrow without any issues. But with that being said, of course, lots of hopefully your week went very well. I did have quite a few things that I was pretty proud of this past week, and there are a lot of things that I'm looking forward to this following week. And part of that is also maybe creating something that is slightly different, maybe something that is a little more comedic, that I can share with everyone. And hopefully it does turn out to actually be, something that people do, people do end up seeing, or people do end up relating to. But with that said, I do hope that this Sunday check-in does end up being the 200th view that my you know that my little YouTube channel has, which would be great, considering that I don't market any part of this whatsoever, and on top of that, I really did not believe that uh, even that we're 160 some days in, that there would be a time that I can say yes, there are more views than days on my on my channel. But with that said, of course, I hope that your weekend went very well. Do share what you ended up doing this weekend, because I do know that we tend to use our weekends to recover, recuperate, definitely rest. Some people do like to party. I might have partied a little too much today, but of course it was a very special thing that I was celebrating. So hopefully you also had a great weekend, and you're all ready to start off this next week off very strong, and which is why I am coming to you with this Sunday check-in. And with that being said, I do hope we have certain things planned for this new week. I mean, we are pretty much going into the week of Valentine's Day. Now, if you're unlike me, you definitely have something that you have planned for Valentine's Day. Thankfully, I'm on a, what is a good way to say it? I'm on a money saving binge, which just means that not only am I, not only do I have a date, but I'm not even dating anyone. So, I'm kind of saving up a little bit of money. But of course, if you do have something very special planned for your special someone, please do share. Um, what please do share what you're going to do, so that we can even start a conversation on that, and try to see, you know or pretty much give me ideas on what to maybe do in the future, if that chance arises of someone being over here. But honestly, um, knowing my history, and knowing how successful I have been in that department, it's most likely going to be a something rather than a someone that is going to be a future date for me. But with that being said, of course, I do hope that your weekend went very well. I do know that I have to try and work on enunciating my V's and my W's a little better. But as a result, I decided to, talk a little bit about that, just so you could understand that that is something that I'm working on. But with that said, I do want to wish you a good night, sweet dreams. I do hope your weekend went very well. And of course, if you do want to share, please do share it in the comments. And with that said, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.